Thank you very much,
Thank you for reminding.
my dear friend. To be very honest, my you can say mentor also, and the facilitator of this SkillUP, my dear friend nagaRAJU ji, speaker of this session, LCIP Jayanti Mollik ji, fellow leaders and friends, namaskar, and a very good evening to all of you. It is a pleasure to join you all for this online session of emotional agility, a concept that is becoming increasingly vital in our fast-changing leadership landscape. In a world filled with uncertainty, emotional agility is not just a skill, it is a superpower. It is what allows leaders to navigate change, connect with people deeply, and make thoughtful decisions even when emotion runs very high. The topic today, emotional agility. The term emotional agility was popularized by the great psychologist Dr. Susan David of Harvard. It refers to our ability to manage our thoughts and feelings with openness, curiosity, compassion, and to make choices that align with our values. It is not about ignoring difficult emotions or pretending to be positive all times. Rather, it is about facing emotions courageously, understanding what they are telling us, and then choosing our response wisely. You have seen little time back, nagaRAJU ji was explaining in his topics and in with cartoon. For example, anger may reveal that a value of fairness has been violated. Anxiety may be signaling uncertainty or the need of preparation. By becoming agile with our emotions, we stop being reactive and start being responsive. Fellow friends, leadership is not about strategy and executions. It is about human connection. Leaders deal with pressure, setbacks, and conflicting expectations. When we lack emotional agility, we can easily become rigid, defensive, or disconnected. But emotional agile leaders do three things very, very well. They do not let emotional hijack by judgment. They understand and empathize with their teams. They act based on their values, not their moods. In today's world, where changes is constant, emotional agility helps leaders stay calm, curious, and compassionate under pressure. Exactly what teams is needed. Let me share a practical 4-step framework to develop emotional agility adapted by Dr. Susan David in his research. Recognize your emotions. Notice what you are feeling without judgment. Don't suppress or over-identify with your emotions. Say, as for example, I am noticing that I am feeling frustrated. Instead of I am frustrated, you are getting a little gap on it. This simple shift gives you a distance and power over your emotions. Second is label them accurately. Many of us use broad terms, I am very stressed, but it is disappointment, fear, or exhaustion. Precise labeling improves understanding and helps you respond very effectively. Accept them. I remember your great president, the late president, um, uh, he said, if somebody hurts you, if somebody says some bad words to you, accept them. If you accept it, is a forgiveness. If you don't accept it, it is you can say that revenge. So instead of fighting emotions, accept that are data, not directives. Every emotion something to teach us. Acceptance doesn't mean approval. It means acknowledgement. Once you understand your emotions, choose your response based on your core values, not the impulse. Ask yourself, what action align with the kind of leaders I wanted to be? Let us put this emotion into our leadership practice. When a project fails, frustration is natural. Emotional agility allows you to recognize that frustration, listen to it, and respond to it curiously rather than blaming someone. When team members are understandable, instead of reacting with anger, you pause, explore the cause, and engage a constructive conversation. That is why nagaRAJU ji, couple of minutes back, he was saying that pause is a must for your emotional agility. When faced with tough feedback, you resist defensiveness and instead ask, what can I learn from this? These small moments define leadership maturity. They turn emotional reactivity into emotional intelligence in action. My dear friends, in closing, emotional agility is not a destination. It is daily practice. It is the ability to both tender with yourself and tough with your values. As a leader, let's remember, we can control every emotion that arises, but we can always choose how we move forward. And in that choice lies in your greatest power of leaders. Lead with clarity, compassion, and courage. My dear friend, thank you very much for giving an opportunity. It is from my side. Thank you, nagaRAJU ji, for giving an opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, International Director, today's Chief Guest, Najmul ji. I'm very, very happy that you've given us time. And also, you have set the right tone for today's presentation by giving us a clue of what's going to come. And you've made, I think, Jayanti ji's job a little easier by raising the curtain and then telling us what exactly is emotional agility. Thank you very much once again. You also have made a few very, very useful and relevant points about leadership, how leaders stand to gain from this. Thank you once again. So, we are moving on to the main presentation of the day by LCIP Jayanti Ji Malik, and I'm extremely happy that she has chosen this very, very useful topic for all of us. When I thought of this topic, when I included it in the list of the topics, I was not sure if anybody would choose it. But Jayanti ji immediately accepted this and then she came forward to, and she's been working on this for quite some time. And I'm sure it's going to be a great and useful presentation for all of us. Instead of introducing Jayanti ji to you, I must tell you a few things that are common between us. There are at least two things that are, luckily, Govindaraj Srinivas also made a mention of that. So very few people in Lions clubs know that there was something called SLLI. So this was withdrawn long ago. And perhaps Srinivas, Jayanti ji, and I are some of the very few who did this course then, SLLI. It was Senior Alliance Leadership Institute, which was withdrawn. I don't know why. Later, it's no longer there. Another thing that's common between us two is another program launched by Lions Clubs International called FDES, Faculty Development Excellence Series, which was launched and then I think it was offered only for 1 or 2 years. It was a purely technology based course, and I was one of the few people who had that opportunity to do the course, and Jayanti ji also did that course. And I'm extremely happy that both of us have a few other things also in common. When we did that ELLI, we were co-faculty at an ELLI program. And I think that was the first time I had an opportunity to work very closely with her. Every day we used to have a review meeting in the evening, the closing of the day. And the kind of comments, inputs, feedback that she gave at the end of the day was phenomenal, quite remarkable, quite insightful. I learned from her how to give inputs. In fact, I used to sound quite empty when I was asked to comment on the day. But when I heard Jayanti ji, I realized, oh, inputs must be framed like this, inputs must be given like that. So I'm extremely happy that today Jayanti ji is making the presentation. She is a chemistry graduate and she has been a Lion for a very long time. I think she served as district governor, council secretary, and in many other positions as well. Something that might interest you to know is that she worked as an executive officer at the Customs and Excise Department of the British Civil Services. And for quite some time, 8 years, she was in the United Kingdom and she served there in a very big, important responsibility role, executive officer at the British Civil Services. I think something, I think we should be very, very proud of that big achievement. Then she came back to India, of course, as a Lion for, I think, about 45 years. I mean, one of the longest careers as a Lion. Apart from holding all the routine posts like district governor, council secretary, etc., she also served as the LCIF coordinator, the Lion magazine associate editor, and unbelievably, she has been the multiple district GLT coordinator, not for 1 year, not for 2 years, not for 3 years, 4 years, but for 9 years continuously. I don't know. I think how passionate she is about this and then how committed to the kind of work that she has been doing. And again, like Najmulji, she also has been coordinator training the DG elects for 2024-25, both in Chicago and Melbourne. And she is appointed as an online trainer for the second BDGs also, which again is a very, very important recognition of her skills as a trainer. So I have great pleasure in presenting Jayanti ji to you. I request her to make her presentation.
Thank you, nagaRAJU Garu, for all those kind words. Okay, am I in the presentation mode?
You are.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, nagaRAJU Garu. I think because of you, we all are here. You have been just, taking this program along, involving all of us. Anyway, good afternoon, everyone. Like my other LCIP friends, I'm also grateful to be a part of this group and having the opportunity to share my thoughts in this special platform. I would like to convey thanks for kind presence of the chief guest, my Dada from Bangladesh, a real gentleman, ID Najmul Haq, to the friend, philosopher, and guide to all LCIPs, our convener, nagaRAJU Garu, for his wholehearted support. I don't know what we would do without him. He supports us in every way. And to my mentor, respected past district governor Prabhat Palitji from MD 322, To my all LCIP friends and to all Lions, Leos, and non-Lion leaders present here this evening, I am indebted to all of you for your kind presence here. I congratulate all my LCIP friends who are now being decertified till 2030. Now, friends, please respond during my presentation by your valuable comments in the chat box, by answering poll questions. My subject is also related to mental health, on which we all had extensive discussions through the 12 sessions last month from the 6th to 11th of October. My learned friends, I'm looking forward to learn from the interactions by all of you during today's session. Let us all start with a video, shall we?
Yeah.
Imagine you're having a heated discussion with a colleague at
Can you
work,
hear and
and
see?
stress begins to
Yes.
mount. Instead of letting emotions dictate your reactions, experts suggest practicing emotional agility, recognizing and understanding your feelings without immediate judgment. It's about not labeling emotions as good or bad, but rather accepting them as valid data that inform your decisions. For instance, if anger surfaces, acknowledging it allows you to explore its root cause, perhaps revealing a deeper need for change or communication. Psychologist Susan David emphasizes this process as a way not just to cope, but to thrive by turning potentially overwhelming feelings into actionable insights. Through emotional agility, everyday stressors can be transformed into sources of personal growth and resilience.
Friends, we saw in this video that unlocking emotional agility helps stress reduction. Can we, by adapting emotional agility, try to turn our everyday stress into personal growth and exhibit resilience? As nagaRAJU was saying, our Dada Najmulda has already talked extensively on this and made my job easier. Now, friends, let's see how we shall proceed. What are our session objectives? Our session objectives are to recognize the benefits of emotional agility for leaders, moving from rigidity to agility, resilience and emotional agility in leaders, 4 steps of Harvard psychologist Susan David. Dada has already introduced Susan David, and of course, discussions, question and answers. Let's see how I can try and find a way to overcome all obstacles. Emotional agility is defined as approaching one's inner experiences consciously and productively, a feat that became increasingly challenging during the past COVID season. Do you remember what were the biggest challenges of the pandemic? Limitations of direct contact with people, restrictions on movement and travel, change in active lifestyle, boredom and monotony, and finally uncertainty about the future. And it was so difficult to cope with, to cope with our difficult situations. We need to see the benefits of emotional agility, which is our readiness, promptness in handling situations. By developing this skill, we can adapt to challenges by becoming more flexible and resilient when faced with setbacks, stress, and adversity. Number 2, improve performance, increasing innovation and interaction with others in a more positive way. Number 3, lead more effectively and successfully by enhancing presence as a leader, exhibiting resilience. We also talked about, saw in the video by nagaRAJU about the resilience. Isn't that what all of us want, to develop emotional agility and to become resilient? Yes or no? I request my learned friends, please write your comments in the chat box if you like, please.
Yeah, quite a lot of
Are we?
answers. Yes.
Okay, so, can you see? I am not seeing it. Can you help me?
Yeah.
So,
Everybody has written yes.
okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your feedback. Now, let us see Shall we find, how to define emotional agility? Let's see. Emotional agility is a key psychological skill. It's a skill that develops, that helps us handle challenges and complexity in both work and personal life. It builds a strong foundation for becoming healthy, balanced individuals and effective leaders. Let us dive into this issue, shall we? Now, my problem here is emotional rigidity. Susan David defines emotional rigidity as being controlled by inner thoughts and feelings like a fish hooked on a line. Let us first clearly understand what is emotional rigidity. Emotional rigidity is about so fixated on certain feelings or perspectives that we close ourselves off to alternatives and new possibilities, and it leads to unhappiness, unproductive behaviors, unwanted emotions, or even mental health issues. On the other hand, emotional agility is about being flexible with my thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Emotionally agile people are able to see things in perspective, consider the big picture, and cope with the change and the uncertainty. Now, what is a hook? In Hollywood movies, a hook refers to something that grabs the audience's attention and drives the story. In real life, a hook refers to something in our mental stories which we may be unaware about how it is happening inside our own head. Now, let us consider why and how we can get hooked. The human brain receives billions of sensory inputs daily. To make sense of these inputs, our brain organizes them into little stories. We think in narratives, little stories. For example, a situation, I'm just giving an example. Everyone knows how important that client meeting was, yet Surya couldn't be bothered to show up on time. If we lose the deal, it's all his fault. Now, can my assumption just quoted in the example be flawed? Of course, it is not correct. Unfortunately, we don't usually notice the stories we ourselves make up. But once we make them, we simply accept them as the truth. We all have an internal commentator that constantly judges and criticizes everything. Once I start to listen to my internal narrative, those thoughts call for additional memories, images, assumptions, which lead to a wave of emotions that hook me. Now let's find the solution. Emotional agility is about accepting and learning my feelings, and from including the good ones and the bad ones. Specifically, 4 steps of Dr. Susan David are there to get me unhooked. Now let's have a look. Number 1 is showing up. You can see that I am in a position of hooked on the left in the slide. Now, the first step I can take is showing up, where we practice mindfulness, recognize patterns of my own feelings. Number 2 is stepping out, creating psychological distance and labeling my own emotions. Walking your why, where I can align my actions according to my goals. Moving on. Here, I embrace change consciously, act with workability, being practical as per my core values and my long-term goals. That's how we can help ourselves move from the state of being hooked to a thriving state. Now, before we elaborate on the 4 steps I just mentioned, let us first talk about resilience. Now, resilience refers to the ability to withstand, recover, and adapt in the face of adversity, trauma, or significant stress. Like you see the flower growing and blooming in spite of the adversity of the dry ground. Emotional agility, as coined by the Harvard Business Review, as Dada has already explained, refers to the ability to recognize and manage emotions effectively while maintaining focus on long-term goals. Now, let's see that resilience and emotional agility are interconnected. Why? Because emotional agility enhances resilience. How? By managing emotions effectively, individuals can better cope with adversity and recover more quickly. On the other hand, resilience fosters emotional agility. One supports the other and one improves the other. Now, let's see that what the resilient individuals can do. So resilient individuals can absorb and manage stress, coping with difficult emotions and situations, rebound and recover, returning to a state of well-being after adversity, which we may say bounce back. We talked about bouncing back a lot in the Mental Wellness Week also. And then adapt and grow, learning from experiences and integrate new insights. Now, let's see one practical example whereby following those 4 steps of Dr. Susan, we can become resilient individuals. Say, for example, an instance of, just a general instance of building family resilience. Say my family acknowledges their emotions triggered by adversity, maybe due to fear or financial stress or sadness due to death in the family. These things happen to all of us. Next, we observe our emotions and avoid getting stuck in negative thoughts or emotions. Then we reflect on our values and goals, such as maintaining family unity and finding strength. With family unity, we can find strength. Finally, we can take action. How? By communicating openly, sharing our thoughts, seeking support, and finding ways to adapt and grow together. Do you believe that emotional rigidity and emotional agility and resilience fosters one another? Yes or no? I request
Yes.
my learned friends, please write your comments in the chat box. Please.
Yeah, answers have started coming, and the answers are yes.
Okay, okay. Oh, thank you. It's wonderful. We all agree. Now, thank you for your responses. Now, at this stage, let's know who is Susan David. Then we shall elaborate on her 4 steps. Dr. Susan David, PhD, is she is a South African psychologist, speaker, and author. She is one of the world's leading management thinkers and an award-winning Harvard Medical School psychologist. The term emotional agility was coined by the Harvard Business Review, where Susan David belongs. Her TED Talks on the topic of emotional agility has been seen by more than 10 million people since 2016.
Oh,
She's a frequent contributor to the New York Times, Washington Post, and Wall Street Journal, and often appears on the national radio and television in the US. She conducted her postdoctoral research in emotions at the Yale University. Now, friends, we move on to her 4 steps. The first step is showing up, where I label my emotions. I'm taking all this by my own side, how I see it. The showing up is about facing our thoughts, feelings, desires, and experiences directly with curiosity and compassion. Dada also mentioned curiosity and compassion. This requires me to practice self-compassion. For example, I myself did carry a decades-old burden of shame for never completing my higher education after my graduation. You heard that I graduated with chemistry. I wish I had done things differently in life. For decades, I had regretted not doing my master's in chemistry. Although I did not possibly know about Dr. Susan's theories at that time, following my own instincts, I knew that I had to move forward. How? What did I feel and realize then? Back then, I understood that it is futile to fight my impulses or resist my pain. Very importantly, I knew how to learn from my thoughts and feelings. And then I come to the next step, which is stepping out, where I accept my emotions. When I am hooked, my thoughts, feelings, memories, and stories are all tangled up. I need to step out to evaluate things from a distance, like, giving pause, giving myself time, see the big picture and identify new possibilities. In my example of feeling guilty about not going to the university, I said to myself that I regret my past decision of not doing the master's in chemistry, but I could still move on. Dr. David notes that accepting my emotions can prompt behaviors that can improve my life in another manner. And it did work for me. I could thrive elsewhere. That's another story. So, what did I learn here? I learned how to observe my thoughts and feelings with courage and curiosity, to create a space and to shift to flexibility. Now is the next step, walking my why. Here I view my emotions objectively. I need to focus on my core values and the most important long-term goals. I have to know what I want in the long run. Labeling and accepting my emotions goes a long way to viewing my emotions from an objective perspective. For example, now this time it's not about my education anymore because I moved on. While driving, as I do drive, if someone cuts me off in traffic, I may feel anger. As my brain forms the narrative. Has it happened to you sometimes? Well, it has to me. You see, I sort of think that he deliberately cut in front of me. For the rest of my travel, I may brood in anger. However, if I think about the situation objectively, I'll realize that the other driver most likely wasn't trying to mistreat me. He simply was in a hurry. And there is, in fact, no reason to be so angry. I think about the anger management by Shama Gandhi, two episodes earlier. In fact, I need to understand that my emotions are temporary experiences. In fact, these are temporary experiences and surely not the absolute truth in my life. So, there, what can I learn? I learn to find meaning and purpose. I understand how my actions contribute to my larger goals and aspirations. I need to clarify what I want to achieve finally. My friends, may I pause here and say, by applying this theory, don't you think that our Lions clubs can surely develop emotional agility, navigate challenges effectively, and build stronger, more resilient relationships and strong bonding in our clubs? Don't you think so? According to Dr. Susan, walking your why is a crucial step in developing emotional agility. Now, does it make sense? Can we really do this? Do we want to take this step seriously? I request leaders present here to please share your thoughts in the chat. You can, if you wish, write a simple yes or no, or give your comments, please.
Yeah, the answers are, of course, we can. Yes, we can. Yes. Yes, we can. We can. Yes. We can do it. Yes, madam. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, of
Okay,
course.
okay. So we all can help our own Lions clubs to work according and to act according to this theory. Now that we are aware about it. Now moving on. Move forward with tiny steps, and we get ready to try our very best to push our limits. Tiny steps to push our limits. Now, this involves two main principles. Moving on involves two main principles. First, the tiny tweaks principle says that the best way to navigate our life is not through radical changes, but tiny shifts that compound over time. Specifically, Susan David explains how we can make small tweaks in three key areas: our mindset, motivation, and habits. But for all, one baby step at a time. The other one is a seesaw principle, she says, and that to thrive, we must balance between our overcompetence and over challenge. Susan David explains how to achieve that balance by trying our best and looking for viable solutions given our short-term constraints. You see, we get complacent if we are too familiar with the task. On the other hand, we get overwhelmed if we juggle, with too many unfamiliar tasks. So we need to strike a balance. Now, let's see. Now, esteemed Lion leaders, now I shall launch two poll questions for you. Would you please take the poll question? Let me see. Can you all see?
Yes.
Now we have, it's only a leader practicing walk your why always thinks this choice, this choice aligns with what truly matters to me and my team. Is it true? I'll read it again. The choice aligns with what truly matters to me and my team. So is that what, how we can walk your why? So I'll close it. I'll end the poll in another 10 seconds. So I share the result, and the correct answer is true. Okay, my friends. So I stop sharing. Sorry. So I go back and then I ask you to take you to another question. It's not getting launched.
Please go back and then launch the next question.
Okay.
Or you can close this window, poll question window.
Okay.
You have not stopped sharing.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I've
why.
done it for
That's
you.
why. That's why. Okay. Thank you. Yes, I got it now. So this is the next question. Which of the following best describes move on? Avoiding challenges to stay comfortable, taking small value-based steps towards meaningful goals, waiting until emotions completely disappear before acting, and then reacting quickly without reflection. Another 10 seconds, I end the poll. Thank you. Many of you have taken the poll. Thank you so very much. So the correct answer is taking small value-based steps forward. Okay. So I stop share and I go back. Okay. Thank you. Thank you all so very much. So my friends, we move on. Now, let's find what is the role of mental agility in decision making. We're talking about leadership here. Mental agility, how it benefits our leaders. So how it relates to decision making of the leaders. You see, here all of us are leaders in our own fields. Let us put together the benefit we want now for ourselves here, for us. So uh, let's say what benefit we can get by practicing, by adapting this skill, is improved decision quality. Emotion agility leads to more informed decisions, right? That's what we have been talking about. Enhanced adaptability. Mentally agile individuals can respond quickly to changing circumstances. Increased creativity. Emotional agility fosters innovative thinking. Do we agree? Embrace diverse perspectives. It exposes us to different viewpoints and opinions. Diversity always gives us more options, right? Now, ready to learn from failures. Now, very important. We can reflect on our mistakes and use them as opportunities for growth. That's what I think it happens to all of us. Sometimes we do it unconsciously, but knowingly. And now that we are all aware of it, we will do so knowingly. Do we now agree that by cultivating mental agility, individuals can improve their decision-making capabilities, leading to better outcomes and increased success, and can make better leaders out of each one of us, right? Now, we move on to our next slide. Now here, I will narrate a story, and I'll, from the past, and then you answer one poll question again from real life situation, right? So my story. I would like to cite the example of life of Rabindranath Tagore. Have you heard of him? Najmulda and I, we both share the same mother tongue, mother language, Bengali. First Nobel laureate of Asia in 1913. Rabindranath Tagore is from my part of India. That is, I would say Bengal, and now it's West Bengal. Writer of the national anthems of both India and Bangladesh, both mine and Najmulda's. And Jono Gono Mono and Amar Sonar Bangla, Ami Tomaye Bhalobashi. He was a renowned Indian polymath, embodied emotional agility in his life and works. While there isn't a direct connection between Tagore's life and Susan David's emotional agility model, as her work was done more than 100 years later, we can still draw parallels between his life experiences and the 4 steps of emotional agility, because human emotions were there then and is still here now. It hasn't changed. So how did Tagore show up? His willingness to confront and accept his emotions is evident in his writings. His collection of poems, Gitanjali, for which he received the Nobel Prize in Literature, showcases his ability to acknowledge and explore his various emotions. Then comes stepping out. Tagore believed in the importance of balancing emotions with reason, as seen in his essay, The Religion of the Forest. In Bengali, he wrote Aranyar Dharma. In this essay, Tagore Tagore compares the Indian and European worldview. He suggested that Indians perceive unity in all things, a concept that is born from their close relationship with nature, particularly the forests. Europeans, on the other hand, influenced by their interaction with the sea, viewed life dualistically as a constant battle between the good and the evil. While this perspective has led to Europe's material prosperity, Tagore argued that true joy comes from celebrating oneness with nature and the universe. How did he work his why? Tagore's commitment to his values is evident in his establishment of Vishwabharati University, which aimed to promote Indian culture and education by staying true to his values. Tagore was able to navigate life's challenges with purpose and direction and against all odds. Finally, how did he move on? He went through many family trauma, faced untimely loss of close family members, his wife, two children, and father within a span of only 5 years. He also faced a lot of criticism and opposition throughout his life because he was one of a kind. But by focusing on his values and principles, Tagore was able to adapt and evolve even in the face of all those adversities. That's how he moved on and amassed so much creativity in one lifetime. We don't have time here to discuss his life's work, of course. Now, friends, now we will move on to our next poll question, shall we? So, my friends, please be ready for your next poll question. So that is a Lions Club leader to manage, say, just take it as a Lions Club member, to manage a conflict between members, ready to take following steps during, using emotional agility. So what should be the steps we Lion members should take? To manage a conflict in our own clubs? 10 seconds more. Thank you very much. Many of you have taken part.
Yes.
Thank you, 63, 64%. Thank you. So I am ending the poll. Okay. Thank you. That's the result. The correct answer is all of the above. We need all the steps. That's what we have been talking about. So we stop share. Thank you very much. So my friends, we move ahead. Now, we started with a video. Now, friends, I want to play another video
Emotional
for you.
agility is the ability to navigate life's ups and downs with flexibility and resilience. It's about recognizing your thoughts and feelings without being overwhelmed by them. In today's fast-paced world, this skill is vital for personal and professional success. As psychologist Susan David says, emotional agility is about being able to approach your inner world with curiosity and compassion. This means not avoiding your emotions, but understanding them. When faced with challenges, instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to pause and reflect. A powerful tip is to practice mindfulness. Spend a few minutes each day in quiet reflection, observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This will help you respond rather than react, fostering healthier relationships and decision-making. Remember, it's okay to feel anxious or uncertain. What matters is how you manage those feelings. Embrace emotional agility and watch how it transforms your life by enhancing your clarity, creativity, and overall well-being. Start today and you'll find the path to greater success and fulfillment is within your reach.
In this video, we talked about mastering emotional agility for success. This video states that it's perfectly okay to feel anxious in certain situations, but it's important that we embrace emotional agility and watch how it transforms our lives with clarity, creativity, and overall well-being. So friends, let us summarize what we have been discussing today. And finally, our take-home message from today's session is that a leader needs to develop emotional regulation skills, which also means, in other words, emotional agility, so that we can transform our lives with clarity, creativity, and overall well-being. So the main 4 points are our take-home message: practice mindfulness, regularly engage in meditation or deep breathing. Recognize and label our emotions, recognize how emotions impact thoughts and relationships. Pause before reacting, take time. By delayed reactions, we can respond thoughtfully, considering the potential consequences of our actions. Finally, act in alignment with values, but not impulses. If I value honesty, say if I am hesitating about telling the truth in a difficult situation, I should still choose to be honest because that is my core value and is important to me. Now, friends, would you agree that emotional agility is the strength of modern leadership? The best leaders don't avoid emotions, they navigate them wisely by being aware of their core values and long term goals. Thank you, my friends, for being here. And this is my mobile number and mail ID. Thanks again, nagaRAJU Garu, for being with me all the way. And with this, I stop sharing. Over to you, nagaRAJU Garu. I am here to answer your question, take your comments, take your suggestions, how I could make this presentation better. Thank you very much. Over to
Thank you
you.
very much, Jayanti. That was a wonderful presentation, quite insightful and very, very, very useful and practicable for everybody. I think you've thrown quite a lot of light on very useful material, and also you've given very simple tips for us. For instance, the last slide tells us how easy it is in case we practice even mindfulness, deep breathing, and simple adaptability techniques, how we can be more agile in terms of our emotions. Thank you very much. Though the title says that it's emotional agility for leaders, but actually the topic is relevant and useful to everybody. And every liar is a leader, of course. And whatever level
Yes.
you are at the club level,
Yes.
district level, wherever you are leading a group of people and you are leading yourself. And I'm sure the tips that Jayantiji has given us will be extremely useful to become better leaders. And
nagaRAJU Garu, I think all of us present here are also leaders in their homes, in their
yeah,
workplace, everywhere. So
correct,
leadership is not only for Lionism, it's for
correct.
all fields.
Yeah, it's not just in,
Janti, I have one question to you.
yeah,
Okay, okay, Dada.
Are
Please.
you a chemistry or clinical psychologist?
both, both.
No, no.
I think you are.
Once upon a time I studied in chemistry, but with my years of experience, you can tell me,
In fact, she has already
I am a
said that she
homemaker.
transitioned,
I am a
and
homemaker.
there was a time when she regretted having not continued into post graduation, but
Yes.
she
Yes.
skillfully transitioned into several new areas.
Um,
Yes.
nagaRAJUji, one just small comment to you. I was listening very carefully to Jayantidi. I run a small rehabilitation center for last 25 years, which
Oh,
is actually run by one of the Indian doctors for last 22 years. He is here with me. These are the things, emotional agility, especially as clinical psychologist, they take hours and hours and hours to the patient and they change them. That is the things. If we can make not only at home, even in clubs and everywhere, in every life of that will be. It's one of the most important. nagaRAJUji, how you have selected these topics. I'm humbled. I'm really when I talked to him, I said, wow, what a topic selected. This is at this time of my modern the children, what the children are this going derailed and other things. And thank you so much to
Dada,
give.
you should see all his topics about these skill ups. They are all wonderful and
I
really
normally when I get
thought
time, I
provoking.
not miss it.
Yes. Yeah.
You remember, I just take 30 seconds from you. Remember when I was in Hyderabad before the COVID, you were the first started to the refresher training for this, and from that one you have tremendously, make a difference. Thank you so much for being with us for the long, long time and giving us this kind of service to the Lions, not only Lions Club, to all the members of the Lion family and also the uh, family other than their lives family. Thank you so much, nagaRAJU.
Thank you. It's all the wonderful support that I've received from leaders like you, especially our own international past director, Babu Ravji, and many, many others who have guided me, mentored me, supported me, and have made me whatever I am. Thank you very much. There is a question from Rajesh Agarwal. Rajesh ji, you can ask your question.
First of all,
Rajesh ji, nice to see you.
thank you, thank you.
Bravo.
Adab.
Yeah, your
You see,
question, please.
what I find from Jayanti Didi, the way she has narrated the tough question into the lightest way, so that any common person can and could understand
Right.
the importance of this skill up. nagaRAJU ji, you even last time, last two sessions I have been attending, and this is something which is totally different. I think in the incoming Same Forum, definitely we should make a sense or reference, because maybe a lot of people they do not know about this wonderful way of educating people, which is good for day-to-day life. Actually, it is nothing to do with Lionism only.
Yeah.
It is an education for our day-to-day life. So maybe in Same Forum, I think any kind of awareness of this program can also be thought. Thank you.
Thank you very much. To
Thank you.
answer you and also Director Najmulji together, I just would like to tell you that the topics have been chosen in such a way that very few of them relate directly to Lionism. Most of them are general in nature, useful both to lions and non-lions. I selected a list of about 50 topics and I gave to all those who were interested in making presentations, and I asked them to choose any 5 of them, and every one of them was given any one of the 5 topics that they had chosen. Yeah, the next question, please. Anybody else? You can ask questions, you can give your comments, you can add additional inputs, and you can give your own experiences.
Your additional inputs would be most welcome, you know.
Yeah. Leaders, particularly people at very high levels like Najmulji. So I think how much agility that they need to handle the positions they hold. So becoming a director is very difficult, but being a director is much more difficult. So see, it needs a lot of quick decision making, adaptability, all those, I mean, that are quite essential.
nagaRAJU ji, from the directors, I think expectation of general learn is so much that a director can do everything, but they had to go to the constitution and bylaws and our association and it's an ethics committee. So sometimes in our country also, whenever I travel also, please.
Kalyani, you have a question, I think. Very happy to see you here.
Kalyani, nice to see you.
You can unmute yourself, Kalyani.
It is a very wonderful session, Jayatiddi.
Nice
It's
to
not
see
a
you.
question,
Yes.
but I could able to relate myself with all the emotional balancing, resilience, and know how to bounce back, all those things. And nagaRAJU may be knowing it, but really it is a wonderful session which gives more energy to the people like me when we feel little down and all, how we need to come up, how we need to come back. It's really a wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kalyani. I cannot imagine you being down.
Yeah, she was for some time, but I think she has bounced back.
You are a great lady.
In fact, I often troubled her.
Vijay Lakshmi, these are all our jewels.
Yes.
In fact, when Kalyani was not well, also I troubled her.
I mean, physically not well. Okay.
She was not well for some
time. Well, it happens to all of us sometimes or another.
It's nagaRAJU, I think. nagaRAJU, please, you can unmute yourself.
Sir, actually, I just want to convey some questions that already raised in the chat box. For the help of Jayantiddi, one question asked for the from the part of District C2 to C3. One of our leader questioned, what is the difference between emotional intelligence and emotional agility? Dr. Pallav Acharya.
Okay. Would nagaRAJU Garu say about that? Because you're I was seeing your all presentations, videos about the emotional intelligence.
Yeah, in fact, I made a comment at the beginning of the presentation that emotional intelligence helps us become much more agile, much more adaptable. So there is a question from Saroj in the chat box. I'll read out the question for Jayanti. Lions clubs often have highly diverse membership across age, profession, experience, etc. As leaders, how can we use emotional agility to create a space where older established members and younger new members both feel safe enough?
You see, this is a situation of many clubs in our fold. So this is each club has to take its in its own way. Members are not just I mean, members are people. So they are all different. So just young members, can you imagine in my club, and quite 2-3 people from my club are present here. Say nagaRAJU, who said that he's also from my club, IPDG from my club. But the thing is that we have 3 generations side by side in our club. In a very friendly manner and in a very homely manner, we coexist. So it has to be, the effort has to be from all corners. No one person can, not one person's effort cannot make it all happen. If we have to be a coherent club, a friendly club, then we all have to try. And so there is not a solution just in one sentence I can give you here. We have to try, we have to talk. Mainly, we have to talk, we have to listen. Both the young people have to listen to the elder ones, and the elder people have to listen to the younger ones. And then we can resolve it. If you have any particular thing in mind, you can talk to me personally. We can always talk. Because everybody's situations are different. Every club is in a different situation.
If I may add a sentence to what Jayanti has already said, so emotional agility does not mean suppressing emotions. It is managing our emotions and then adapting to the situations that arise.
Yes.
So conflicts, of course, are bound to be there in any situation. Conflict management also is a part of emotional agility for leaders.
Was there any other question, nagaRAJU?
I'll just check if there are any other questions.
So, the emotional agility from start to finish, I felt that that's what I talked about, that you have to accept that your emotions are there. You have to accept it emotion and take it from there.
Yeah.
Act accordingly. So we cannot go ahead without accepting our own emotions.
Managing one's emotions is, I think, one of the important skills that leaders need to develop. Past director Baburao is here. Baburao, do you like to say something?
And Narendra Bhandari is not here, na? He said that he would be here.
Oh, I see. Baburao, do you want to say something?
Jayanti madam, congratulations.
Namaste.
Presentation both hai.
Namaste.
Our director, namaste.
Najmulda,
my leader.
Najmal ji, Bangladesh आया, आपको टैलेंट पूरा हमारे को मालूम है. आप पश्चिम बहुत सक्सेस हो गया.
You are a great leader. You are a great leader.
नहीं आप ठीक है सब बहुत अच्छा है. हमारा नागराज साहब क्रिएटर प्रोग्राम के लिए आप चीफ गेस्ट आया. जयंती जी बहुत तो प्रेजेंटेशन बहुत अच्छा हो गया. बहुत अच्छा है. Thank you very much, madam.
So kind of you. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe we can, I think this is almost time now to close. Because there are no other questions, I just would like to tell you that the next session is on, I'll just show it to you. So the next presentation, the SkillUP, is on the 27th.
Actually, sorry, Narendra Bhandari is here.
Oh, I see.
He says, please unmute me. He cannot.
Okay. We'll do that. We'll do that.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So the next presentation is on November 27th, and this is going to be presented by LCIP Habib Ablaji, and the topic is aligning global causes with local action. As I told you already, this is one of the very few topics that is exclusively relevant for Lions. There are a few topics I told you, maybe not many, maybe about 10% of the topics are for Lions alone, and the rest of them are for everybody. So I am just locating Narendraji. So Narendraji, I'll unmute you, and in case you wish to say anything, you are welcome. Yeah, sir, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you, nagaRAJU.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for being here.
My compliments, Jayanti. Actually, it was a wonderful presentation, and it was a very, very useful presentation, meaningful presentation. And I'm so very happy because this session is following the mental health and well-being week, and it is very much relevant to that also. And my compliments and congratulations to you. I've been trying to unmute myself, but the system was not allowing. Anyway, nagaRAJU, let me compliment you also that your perseverance and your consistent follow-up for this SkillUP program has really made it wonderful. If you see 143 participants at one point of time, it speaks a lot about the way the program is conducted, and more than that, the sincerely the presenters, the facilitators and the presenters are really preparing so very well that all sessions are becoming very useful. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jayanti.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for being here. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you very much. My first cheerleader. Thank you, sir.
Hi. Yes. How are you? Director, how are you?
I'm fine. My first cheerleader. How are you?
We have been missing you for a long time.
Yeah, we will.
2014.
Over to Habib
I've seen
Ablaji
you
for a
long
vote
time.
of thanks. After that, we'll have another 10 minutes to say hello to each other. So, LCIP Habib Abla, please propose a formal vote of thanks and also invite people for the next program.
Hello, nagaRAJU. Hello, everybody. Thank you for the great session today. And I would like to thank personally Jayanti for this valuable information she gave us. Now we are emotionally stable and connected. In the next 2 weeks, we have to see how we can be connected in service. The topic I got will help us see how we can have an impact, the global impact of our organization while serving in our local countries. So I urge you to join and help me widen this mentality, especially already LCI has established 3 weeks of service that everybody is rushing and serve in these weeks. So looking forward to see as many of you on the 27th.
Thank you, Habibji. Thank you very much. We also thank nagaRAJU for explaining that code of ethics to us, and also the two past international directors who have found time to attend this program, and every one of you for attending this program and making it such a wonderful success. So your presence makes my effort much more meaningful and rewarding, and I look forward to more people participating. And before we close this meeting, I also would like to tell you, don't just leave what you've learned here. Please pass it on. Whatever you've learned, you can make a note, you can write a paragraph about this, you can write 5 bullet points about this and share it with your club members, club friends. When the next club meeting happens, in fact, you can become a speaker. And you can just explain it in 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, whatever you have learned today. I think tell your members, I think it will benefit everybody. Or you can write a paragraph and publish it in your school magazine, college magazine, or Lions magazine, whatever, wherever. I think this is where we can spread whatever we are learning. It should not stop with us. That's the whole idea behind the SkillUP series. Whatever LCIPs have learned, it should not stop with them. So LCIPs are sharing with others. You can share it with others and the chain can pass on. Thank you very much. The meeting closes here, but still this window will be open for another 5-10 minutes.
1 second.
Yeah.
I want to humbly request you and all the audience here, I'll humbly request you, please speak up.
So I have allowed you to unmute yourselves. Everybody can unmute.
What I'm saying, sorry, I'm just humbly request all the participants, please speak up whenever in this kind of meeting, your suggestions, anything in your mind, any foolish question in your mind, just speak up. We want to know from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So the meeting is over, but the window is open for another 5 to 10 minutes. So anybody can say anything now. You can say hello to each other.
Nazmulji, there are no foolish question. Only the answer could be foolish.
Hey, Anand, who are you?
I'm just waiting for you. See, you did not speak anything, Anand Mehtaji. So we'll have tumble of
Anand is taking a deep breath and meditating.
Anand,
Yeah.
it's not fair.
Practicing.
Thank you, Anand.
Yeah, it is so good to see you, Najmulda.
I mean, Maninderji, आपको देखा. I saw you. How are you?
So good to see you and Jayantidi in the same program together. It's very nice, really. And I just wanted to speak when Navrun had asked the difference between emotional intelligence and emotional agility. Now, I recently had been to Chalsa for our DLLI, and my topic was on emotional intelligence. So there, I was speaking on emotional intelligence, how it is so much important for our leadership in Lionism. So it is all about self-awareness and self-management and how to develop social skills to become a better leader and do well in Lionism. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share. But well, it is very much well connected. And it was so nicely done by Jayantidi. Jayantidi really spoke so well, like in a, such a simple language that everybody understood. Thank you again, Jayantidi. I love the session.
Thank you, Mandiraji.
I think Jayanti ji can unmute.
Mandira is a great facilitator in our multiple. And Anand, nagaRAJU Garu, you were saying about what you and I did the same. You see, Anand and I became LCIP together.
Yes.
Okay. So that was a very nice, memorable episode in Delhi.
Yes. But excellent presentation, Jayanti ji. बहुत अच्छा लगा. Thank you very much.
It was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you. So kind of you. You
He
are
made it
always
very, very simple.
You are my younger brother, and you are always my inspiration.
The subject mental wellness has given us a chance to study more on this subject, which was lying
really.
subtle down lower level. Now the importance, we have recognized that and we are speaking up on that. This is so very nice. And Nazmulji, the points what you have given is wonderful. And Jayanti ji, you are really very good in
Thank you.
you go into the depths and the explanation of it is so perfect.
You see,
And it
my
is so
English is
practical.
limited, so I can only speak in simple English.
Oh,
Yes,
your
that
English
is
is
what we
brilliant.
want.
Everybody understands.
Everybody want that.
That is why it's so easy to follow you.
Which connects with person to person.
Right.
You see?
Yes.
It connects.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sugala there.
Thank you, Narasimha Raju ji, for helping me out earlier.
Nice to
Earlier
see
this
you.
evening,
Pleasure of mine, madam.
these three people gave me spare time, special time to, to clear my doubts about the poll, to launch the poll questions. So we had another rehearsal session, and nagaRAJU Garu gave me special time.
Don't
and
call me
nagaRAJU
nagaRAJU Garu every time.
Oh well, chalo.
You
I call you
Raju
Raju Bhai. I call you Raju Bhai. But everybody calls you nagaRAJU Garu. So
No.
I started
I'm
calling you
discouraged.
that.
I love being called Raju. That's what people call me.
Yes. I call you Raju Bhai. Yeah. You are my younger brother.
Mandira, Vijayalakshmi, Jayanti ma'am, after
Hi,
long time.
Sugala.
Yes.
How are you?
How are you,
Jayanti
Sugala?
Mandiraji.
Yes,
Jayanti ji, I have a
Rajesh
question.
ji.
You see, this mental wellness has been a very important topic, but I fail to understand that recently only it has taken a new shape, and everybody, including the Lions International, they are talking. Why we had not taken last 10 years? Because the world would have been really different, because it is going to make a difference.
Rajeshji, as I understand, our international president, APG, because we had these 8 our service challenges. It's APG, I think it's in his initiative. He started saying about this because, he says that almost 95% people, they need some mental wellness help. So it is now, the situation is as bad as that. So I think it is him who wanted it to be included in the Lions program. So it was included in the service week. The first service week of the year was on mental wellness. That is why we all started talking about it more.
I think we are coming out of...
Yes, Najmulda.
Yeah, let me tell you, since I'm working in this, mental illness.
Of course, you are for many years. Yes.
Doctor, I'm becoming full, half doctor now. I tried my best to include in the, so many times the LCI. They told me that is only in the Lions Quest is there. So I'm really glad this year this episode has given us opportunity to talk about that. Really how much painful it is if you don't work on this. As I said, one of the Indian doctors has devoted his whole life with me in my hospital. For last 22 years, he's with me, a psychologist. You can think about it, how much efforts people can do.
So
anyway,
he must be a dedicated doctor.
Oh, from Delhi. This guy is from Delhi. Anyway, nagaRAJU, you are Anand. Say something to nagaRAJU.
Oh, he's amazing. The way he leads this and to do this so continuously and consistently is not easy. And today, nagaRAJU and SkillUP is one of the biggest brand. People wait for SkillUP to happen. All thanks to nagaRAJU. And I feel so happy that nagaRAJU is a dear friend of mine. And और वो हक है मेरा उनके ऊपर.
I think nagaRAJU is well known all through the Lions International.
Whenever somebody asks me to introduce myself, I just say I am friend of Anand, full stop. No need to introduce.
You are the friend of all the Lions, my dear friend.
Yes.
You are amazing.
And not only friend, but I think nagaRAJU is a mentor to all of us. And the way he is mentored, developed is so amazing.
Anand, in Hyderabad, we started before the COVID.
Yes.
That since he never stopped.
Yeah, it was
refresher course, every refresher course, blah. Oh my goodness. I'm really, my hats off to you, nagaRAJU.
It's quite a big success that time.
Yeah.
And one past district governor from our multiple, Prabhat Palit. Prabhat, are you here? I could not see you.
I saw Dr. Prabhat.
You saw? He's not Dr. Prabhat Palit, but he is a very senior trainer, and he is a mentor to all of us in our multiple.
We call him Master Moshai.
Master Moshai for all of us.
Right.
Jayanti, thank you also for referring to Rabindranath Tagore, who is one of my favorite writers. And
thank you.
I read quite a lot of his books.
Oh, really?
We have to remember.
So
we have to remember, into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake today. From Geetanjali.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today, it's worth quoting.